Hello, Taurus, and welcome to your July 2020 forecast reading. For those of you who don't know who I am Intuitive Rene, and I am here to bring you guidance, hope, and inspiration for your life. That is my purpose, and that is why I exist. So I do this through quite a few different ways. So once a month, I offer these videos where I do a video per sign of the zodiac, where we look at the month ahead and to look at the energies that you're going to be dealing with. What do you need to know about? What do you need to be aware of? And how can you best navigate it? Then every Monday, I offer taroscopes, which are similar to this, but condensed in less than 60 seconds for the week ahead. And every Friday, we do pick a card, where you get to pick a card for inspiration, guidance, and some help in whatever you're dealing with in life. And all of this is free content. All of this is offered freely from my heart to yours. All I ask in return is a thumbs up from you, and a comment below would be amazing. All right, so on the table here in front of me, I have a whole lot of tarot and oracle decks that I'm going to be working with for this video. And we're starting off with the wisdom of the oracle, which is going to give us our theme for the month of July. We will then move into tarot for the detail of the month. And the tarot that I'm using this month is the Centennial Tarot edition, which is such an awesome deck. And then we're going to finish it off with an Animal Kingdom oracle card as well. The way that I have also decided to break up the month is I've done beginning, the middle, and the end, and I've done it in 10-day sections. So when we look at the month of July specifically, we're going to be looking at the 1st to the 10th, the 11th to the 20th, and then the 21st to the 31st. And this particular video is for everybody who has Taurus, sun, moon, rising, or interest. Okay, so if you have a Taurus sun sign, if your moon is in Taurus, or if you have a Taurus rising, this video is for you. But anybody can watch it. It's open to anybody. If you're interested in Taurus, if you are connected or drawn to Taurus energy, or if you are watching this to see how your husband, your wife, your child, your partner, or anybody of interest in your life, what's in store for them, just know that there's going to be some kind of inspirational message for you as well. Okay, so anybody who watches this, may you get exactly from it whatever it is that you need. Alrighty, so let's get straight into it. So we're starting off with the oracle of wisdom of the oracle. Let me actually get it right. And while I'm shuffling, trying to shuffle, I'm such a bad shuffler. As I shuffle this deck, we're asking that the cards that we draw today give you exactly the messages, the guidance, and the inspiration that you need to navigate and to get through the month of July 2020 for all Taurus energies out there. Let it be the message, the guidance, and the hope that you need. And from this particular deck, we're asking for the theme for July 2020 for Taurus. What is the theme? What does Taurus need to be aware of? What is the overall energy of July 2020 for all Taurus out there? Okay, I think I have shuffled enough. So we're just drawing one card. And you get the Imagine card. Can you read at the bottom? Imagine. So Taurus, I have to say to you, Imagine is such an interesting card because you know, it's telling you that we need to imagine any and all possibilities. We need to imagine where we are, where we want to be, and how we're going to get there. So it's about changing our thinking. It's about expanding our thoughts, and it's about increasing our awareness so that we can imagine anything and everything that is humanly possible, and even those that aren't. Okay, so imagine miracles. Imagine anything is possible, and you can have it all. If you can imagine it, you can create it. If you can imagine it, it can be real. All right. So that is your theme. So I'm also going to say to you that throughout the entire month of July, anytime you find yourself uninterested, uninspired, demotivated, a bit angry, a bit frustrated, stop and remind yourself, imagine, imagine. Imagine yourself out of the situation and in a situation that you truly want to be in. And by doing that, you will create it. Okay, so your imagination is your key. If you can imagine yourself, but it also goes the other way as well. If you imagine yourself in a really difficult position, if you imagine yourself unhappy, uncomfortable, unfulfilled, that's what you're going to be creating for yourself. So I think your theme for the month of July is telling you that whatever you imagine is what you create for yourself. So be careful what you imagine. If you imagine the worst, you attract the worst. Okay. So Taurus, I am going to leave that on the table here in front of me. I will be referring to it throughout the entire session, but now what I want to do is I'm picking up the tarot deck, and this is the Centennial Tarot. And remember, I've broken the month up into 3 sections, beginning, middle, and end, each section being about 10 days. So we're looking at each section individually. So I'm going to draw cards just for the 1st to the 10th of July, 2020. So we're asking, because tarot is going to give us the detail. So we're asking now that the cards that we draw give us the detail of what we can expect, what we need to know about, what do we need to be focused on for the month of July 2020 for all Taurus energy out there. What is the focus? What is the energy that we need to know for the 1st to the 10th of July? Okay. So I'm drawing 2 cards. So Taurus, the first card we have for you is the card of Temperance. I love Temperance. It's such a beautiful energy. So Temperance, here we have this angelic being standing with 1 foot on the water and 1 foot on the solid ground. Okay, so we've got 1 foot on solid ground and got 1 foot balancing in the water, 1 foot in the water. She has 2 cups, golden goblets, and she is pouring water from one into the other. The reason why she's doing that is she's trying to halve it. She's trying to get it balanced. She's trying to distribute energy evenly. She's even doing that with her feet, with the one on the water and one on the ground. Okay. If you look at the landscape behind her, half of it is quite overgrown and bushy. The other half, there's this nice easy path that takes you to the sun. Okay, and it's about decisions, and it's about understanding that everything that's happening in your life, we need to find balance. Because if you don't have that balance, it's either going to be a long road or it's going to be a bumpy one. And it's about choosing which is the right one for you, which is going to give you everything that you need. It's about finding that balance. I often say when the Temperance card comes up, it's about finding balance in your opposites in life. Finding balance between work and home, between your finances and your home, between your work and your finances, your health and your work, and your health and your finances. It's all about finding that balance. Okay? The second card that we've got is the Magician. I love the Magician. So he has, on the table in front of him, he has all the tools that he needs, okay? He has, as above, so below. You can see that with his hands, all right? He's got the infinity symbol across his head or above his head. He also has his belt. I don't know if you can see his belt here, but his belt is actually a serpent, okay? So he has so many things at his disposal. He can achieve anything. He can create anything that his heart desires. He can create anything that he imagines, all right? The Magician is potential energy. Magician says that, you know what, I can create anything I desire, need, or want. I have everything at my disposal. I lack nothing. I have the confidence, the know-how, the knowledge, the inspiration, and the guidance. So, Taurus, your first 10 days in July are going to be really interesting. You are going to be spending a lot of time, I'm going to call it, in your head. You're going to spend a lot of time thinking, contemplating, strategizing, creating plans on how to find this balance in your life. You are going to spend the first 10 days creating things that you need, policies, procedures, outlines, whatever it is that you need to create, strategized plans so that you can have the balance that you need. And all of this is in your imagination. What I mean when I say that all of this is in your imagination, the answers, the how to do it, all of that is here in your head. You've got to trust you. Okay? Don't look for the answers in another person. Don't look for the answers elsewhere. Recognize that they are within your heart and soul, and you have the answers that you need to achieve anything that you desire. Okay? So the first 10 days of the month are going to be quite, I'm going to call them, I don't want to say boring and uninteresting, because they won't be boring and uninteresting, but there's not going to be too much chaos. There's not going to be too much trouble, because you are just going to be making sure that we have the balance that we need in all that we do. And you have everything. You're not lacking a thing. Awesome. Love that. So I've left those 2 on the table here in front of me so that I can see them and refer to them. We're now picking up our trusty tarot again, and we're looking at the 11th, to the 20th of July for all Taurus energy. What is going to happen in the middle of the month? What do you need to know about? What do you need to be aware of? And what is important and significant for us? Let's see what we get. Okay, shuffled enough. Let's see. So one card from the beginning again, and one card from further back. So Taurus, 11th to the 20th of July. The first one we have is the Knight of Cups. The first thing I notice when I look at this card is the fact that the horse is in motion. Okay, you can see that his leg is lifted. He is walking. He is moving. He is already in motion. If we look at our knight on the horse, he is armored. Okay, he's dressed up. He's got his protection on. He knows exactly who he is. He's confident in himself. That cup that he carries it like a trophy. He carries it almost like he's proud of it. Okay, the horse is also beautiful. And look at the ground that he's walking on. Clear. Yes, there are mountains coming up here, but where he's walking at the moment, it's level, it's flat, there's no obstacles. The Knight of Cups is also about making an emotional show, all right, because Cups is emotions. So the Knight of Cups is saying to you, whatever you're dealing with, be emotional, be emotionally invested in that. Allow your emotions to guide you, to direct you, move forward, make progress on an emotional level. Okay, love that. Oh, wow. And another court card, we have the King of Wands. And the King of Wands, he's the career guy. Okay, he's the doer. He's the one who carries out the actions. Wands is I often say it's our verb, it's our doing. Okay, and the King is about control and it's about dominance. So Taurus, during July, from the 11th to the 20th of July, remember, we are focusing on our imagine. We are focusing on imagining and creating things from nothing. We started off with two major arcanas. We started off with the Temperance, which was finding balance. The Magician, saying that you can create anything. And these two cards are telling you from the 11th to the 20th of July, you're going to carry out those actions. Whatever you strategized, whatever you created, or whatever you planned in the first 10 days, you will carry out in the second 10 days. And you need to do this with courage, with conviction, you need to be so proud of yourself and everything that you've achieved. But stay focused, stay dedicated to the task at hand, and don't allow yourself to get too easily distracted. Thank you. That's the word. If you look at that knight and the horse, he's not distracted. There's nothing that's going to distract him. He is so focused. He is so determined, but he's also proud. So be proud. You know, shoulders back, chin up, all of that kind of stuff, all right? So Taurus, be proud. Be proud of your achievements. Be proud of everything that you are doing, because you will carry out those instructions. You will carry out those plans, those strategies in that middle part of the month. Love it. Okie dokie. Now we're going to look at the last portion of the month, which is the 21st through to the 31st of July. So let's see what you will be dealing with. Let's see what's going to come up for you. Let's see what is significant. So we started the month off strategizing and planning. We carried out those plans and those strategies in the middle portion. Let's see how the month ends off for Taurus. So taking one card from there and one card from there. Right. So Taurus, your month ends off really well. The Wheel of Fortune is otherwise known as the karmic wheel. It's the wheel that just turns. We don't need to do anything to change it. We don't need to do anything to stop it. The wheel will just continue to turn on its own, but the outcome will be positive. You are just in that process of that wheel, and you've got to just let it roll out. You've got to let it just play out and trust and know that everything's going to work out exactly as it needs to for you. And connected to that is the Six of Pentacles. I love this card. The Six of Pentacles is about helping others, okay? You can see what he's doing is he's got his scale on one hand where he's measuring out his money, measuring out his wealth, whatever he has in excess. And there's people who have come begging and he is sharing with them. I often do say with this card that you've got to be mindful that whatever you have in excess might not necessarily be what everybody is requesting. So just make sure that what you're giving and what is being received is the same and is actually needed and wanted. But it's a case of being aware of the needs of others and taking care of the needs of others. So Taurus, remember, Our theme for the month was imagine. Our theme for the month was be mindful of what's happening in your head. Be mindful of what you are imagining, what you are contemplating, and what you are thinking, because you will create that for yourself. You started the month off by finding balance. We started the month off by recognizing what is important and what is the balance that we need in our lives. We made the changes that were needed in the beginning of the month, and now towards the end, there will be success, there will be victory for you. It's going to happen quite easily and quite naturally, and you are going to be able to take care of the people that you need to. How awesome is that? All because you imagined it to be true. All because you imagined that it was possible. You did not restrict or limit yourself in your thinking, in your ideas, in your ideals, or in anything. You focused on finding balance, and you found it. So July is going to be a really good one for you if you put the hard work into it. And we all know Taurus can put the hard work into it. Okay, so we're not quite done with you yet. Now let's look at the animal kingdom. Okay, so what we're asking here is we're asking to know which animal energy is going to be working with you during the month of July, which animal energy is going to help us to achieve everything that we need to achieve, which animal energy has a message for you, which animal spirit is going to be your guide for the month of July. Let's see what we get. Right, so Taurus, we have got doe energy. I want to see if you can read the writing. There we go. Feel deeply. Doe energy. You know, doe is very gentle, very skittish, very trusting, actually, I don't think they're very trusting. Doe energy is very gentle. You know, they'll only come out when things are really quiet, when things are really still, when they feel safe. But as soon as there's a twig that snaps or crunches or makes a noise, the doe runs away. Okay, so very, very gentle energy, and they do feel very, very deeply. And you know what? It makes sense. Your thoughts, your ideals, the stuff that happens in your head, the stuff that you imagine, comes from a place of really deep feeling. Sometimes we are so afraid to imagine good. Sometimes we are so afraid of imagining positive that we stick in the negative. We keep hiding even when it's safe to come out. So Taurus, for the month of July, gosh, forgive me, for the month of July, be mindful of what you are, of what you're capable of, your capabilities, or all of that. Don't be afraid. Don't be so afraid that you don't actually come out from the bushes. Imagine that it is clean, clear, free, healthy, safe, and come out. Step out from the dark, step out from the shadows, and enjoy all that is available to you, because you've got the talent, the skill, and the knowledge to make it possible for yourself. How awesome is that? I just absolutely love, love, love that. So Taurus, that is your July 2020 forecast. I do hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, please can I have a thumbs up? And if you are inclined, I would love to hear from you in the comments below. I hope you have an awesome month. And remember, if during the month you are feeling like you need a little bit more inspiration, a little bit more guidance, every Monday we have tarot scopes, and every Friday we have pick a card. So there'll be plenty of content to keep you going, to keep you focused, and to help you navigate the month of July. And until we meet again, from my heart to yours, you take care.